I'm Richard Miller, former member of Euclid Avenue Temple, and when the group got together to discuss the possibilities of improving the life of the Jewish families that we were involved with, we started meeting with Rabbi Franzblau from Cincinnati, who was more or less an advisor from Hebrew Union College to us, and we discussed varying movements that were taking place in Judaism in the 1940s following World War II. It was a very trying experience. I had just returned from service, and that helped form some of my opinions because of the dynamics of those years. It was very important to me to feel Jewish. I enjoyed it. I didn't expose myself as such, but it was always there because I felt the historical background of my parents was such that there was room for free thinking, and I felt that my father was a free thinker in his time, and I was more or less following in his footsteps.
I'm Irene Goldhammer. I was in the very earliest part of creating Suburban Temple. The first thing we wanted was a smaller congregation. We felt that we were outside the barriers of being able to be friends with too many people. We didn't get to that stage, and that the rabbi didn't have time for that. The second thing was the Sunday school curriculum. And Betsy Galvin and I worked on the curriculum.
I'm Marge Groden, and we have been members since the very beginning. My oldest child wasn't even 2 at the time. And we had the Rabbi Goldberg, the first rabbi that they don't talk about, the first rabbi had a discussion group for us young people. And it was at night. It didn't take time out of his day. We would go to people's houses at night, and we could talk about anything we wanted. It did not have to be of Jewish content. And we would tell him 1 month what we'd like to talk about the next month. And it made a big impression on me. It was a wonderful group. And they were we got to be very good friends with a lot of these people, some of whom we had known, some we hadn't. I do remember High Holy Days at Plymouth Church and Church of the Coventry. Then at some point later on, we had trouble in this temple. I don't know what it was, whether it was plumbing or what, and we went to Christ Episcopal. And I will say that all these Christian churches were very nice to us.
My name is Laura Barrick. I knew I wanted to belong to a small congregation. I wanted it to be reformed, and I wanted my children to go to Sunday school.
Even today, I feel that I made the right choice. I thought of myself just like the old Greeks did, where men would get together and talk and try to resolve as something that would improve their own stature as well as their community.
An open mind, freedom of mind. I think it's very important in the religious side of the, more so than anything else.
You want to know the difference between then and now. Of course, then we weren't mainstream. Now we're mainstream. And it took a long time, and probably it was a good thing that it evolved over a period of time.
I would like the kids to know, first of all, that this was a place where their fathers came. And it was a place where we were comfortable to be Jewish. And I would like them to have a warm feeling about being Jewish. I want them to know Hebrew. I'm thrilled that all my grandchildren are being raised Jewish. I want them to feel about Suburban that this is a place where they belonged and where they'll always belong.